Hey guys, Jules here for another What's in Your Glass Weekend Wine episode 35. This weekend I wanted to bring you guys a powerhouse of a wine, something from northern Italy. If you like left bank Bordeaux wine, if you like Brunello di Montalcino, if you like dense, rich, full, extreme full-bodied wine, this is your wine. We are talking about the Nebbiolo grape. And like I always talk about, follow the grape variety when you're looking at wines. In this particular case, Nebbiolo grape variety is the grape that produces the powerhouse Barolo from the Piedmonte region. So a powerhouse, probably one of the most spectacular grape varieties in Italy, besides the Sangiovese and the Brunellos. Nebbiolo is really your king here when it comes to grape varieties. It buds early, it ripens very late. Key characteristics here, we're talking about high acidity, high tannins. So if you don't like the high tannins and the mouthfeel and the leather, just think of the best way I can describe Barolo is if anybody has ever smoked a cigar, that taste is Barolo. And having a Barolo with a cigar is probably the best combination here. If you haven't had a chance to have a cigar, you're gonna get that mouth coating feeling, leather, dryness. The acidity is gonna be nice, make your mouth water, and really it's gonna be extreme full body. So it's if you don't like that full body, especially the tannins, not everybody likes it, strong tannins, then this is likely not your wine. However, there's a different version I'm going to talk about in the Nebbiolo grape that you can probably enjoy much more than the Barolo. But however, I'm talking to those powerhouse people out there. So what I'm going to showcase today is from one of the top producers in Piedmonte is Luigi Pirra. So just spectacular wines from his Vigna Rionda. This is a 2012. As you said, yes, it's 2012. This could have easily gone another 5 years. I wanted to open. I didn't want to risk it too much. I typically try to open my fuller bodies, high acidity, high tannins, which is used as a preservative. Keep those wines at least 9-10 years is really where I cap it. I really wanted to bring this to you guys to get a flavor for the Nebbiolo and the Barolo. So again, just beautiful, spectacular wine. If you obviously can't find the Pirra, I mean, there's a lot of excellent Barolos out there, but this is what you're gonna expect. So I'm gonna dive right into it here. So wow, as you breathe the oxygen in, your whole, and I can just hear me mouth watering, your whole mouth dries. Like if you, I mean, I know this is not pleasant. Sometimes you wake up and your mouth is dry and you're thirsty, right? I mean, it's not the most pleasant feeling when you wake up. However, this is a pleasant feeling if you love the tannins and the acidity and the beautiful dark cherry coming out there. It's just beautiful. I can just feel the inner gum just dry here, which is really nice because if the best way I can describe it, if you're having a cigar and Barolo is probably the best combination. I like, if you can drink this, obviously this is a great wine with a full body. There's no mistake here. Game, deer, moose, boar, beef, pork. This is a full-bodied wine. Don't pair this with something light. You're going to kill the wine, kill the meal. Your guests will not appreciate the mix. So full-bodied dish here. This is probably the only wine that I always say if you don't have a strong gamey or meat protein dish, don't serve Barolo unless you're drinking it after supper. Again, with a cigar, it's just beautiful here. So what I'm getting is, just think leather, clove, because this has been aging for 9-10 years. It's gonna develop even further. I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't have a white background, but it's still got the reddish hue at the edge of the glass here. I could see some kind of brown and notes coming out already, so I could see that it would probably obviously go another 5 years. However, I'm pushing it a little bit, and it depends on the conditions where you're storing wine. That's really has a big factor of how well wine ages, right? So again, clove, leather, the deep dark fig, the dark wood, and it's just like, it's just gorgeous. Just tannins, it's just acidity is still very present, and typically that is what preserves the wine. So this is extremely still present. So again, at least another 5, probably 10 years if you wanna go and see what's happening in 20 years after this wine's been aging. But really, that's what you're gonna get with Barolo. Serve this as your last wine, because it's gonna be full body, it's gonna coat your mouth. Anything that you serve that is less quality and so on, it's gonna feel very cheap. It's gonna feel washed out, very, very watery, watered down, because this is a powerhouse. It's gonna coat the mouth, and I can still feel the tannins in my mouth, and the acidity is even after 5 minutes here. So serve this as your last wine with your heavy meal, or again, after your meal with beautiful cigar. And it's really one of the wines that I recommend with the full body dish. The alternative here, because the Barolo is a very heavy wine, is Nebbiolo Grape Azoles produces Barbaresco. So it's produced in a lighter style, has less restrictions, it's not aged as much, it's still aged a pretty long time. Not aged as much, but it'll provide a lighter feeling, but still beautiful. You get the richness, so you get the cherry fruit, the just gorgeousness of the Nebbiolo grape in the Barbaresco version of this. So maybe try that first, or try both and see the differences between the Barbaresco style and the Barolo style. And then see what you think, and then let me know. So I mean, really, that's really it. There's, again, this bottle in particular here is close to about $100 Canadian. Again, this was one of the things I didn't want to have to go to waste, so I opened it tonight. It's gonna be a great day, great weekend. Looking at some, heavy meat dishes, definitely to go with this wine. And alternative, again, the Barbaresco. But I mean, hopefully you guys like that. There's many different Barolos out there, many different producers. They're likely going to push the price tag $50, $60 in general, because of the aging and the practices of the DOCG and Piedmonte and the regions where Barolo is produced. It carries a higher price tag. So it's one of those wines where you use either for celebration or for guests that really appreciate wine. Definitely don't take out this wine if you have guests that like to mix wine with 7-Up. That'll definitely kill the mood and definitely kill your wine. So and probably have your guests thrown out of your house. So definitely want to save this for guests that appreciate red wine. But that's about it. Hopefully you guys like that for this weekend, episode 35. Again, if you like this video, please follow. I'll have many more. And that's it. Any recommendations, anything you want me to try or taste, just send me a DM and I'll gladly do that for you. If you want to know the differences between wines and why we drink one over the other, I'll definitely do that for you. So that's it. Jules here from behind the cork for another weekend wine. What's in your glass? Cheers.